First off, I want to thank the brave men and women who work behind the wall. I want to thank them on a national level because their job goes unrecognized.
How do they try to turn a guard?
Well, correctional officer. Sorry, I apologize. But correctional officer. How you guys doing today? It's Anthony Gangi, host of Tear Talk. Today I want to discuss how corrections is a career and not a job. I wanted to discuss the choices that we make and how do we know those choices are the right ones and the timing that we make these choices. I think it's a great question. Someone asked me in the email about why do I see corrections as a career? So I want to address it in this episode. So guys, if you haven't, the show Tear Talks for you brave men and women that work in corrections. So please subscribe, interact, engage, comment, hit that bell. That bell's going to notify you every time I post up a video. Stand by for our sponsors. And when we come back, we'll be discussing how corrections is a career, not just a job.
I wanted to attend a university that had an intelligence program. I wanted to look at problems different. I wanted to increase my critical thinking abilities. AMU offered those avenues to expand. Obtaining your degree as an adult, you're actually paying yourself and investing in yourself. You can't put a dollar on it, it's priceless. It's something that can never be taken away from you.
American Military University. Learn from the leader.
Thank you guys for listening to my sponsor. So I did have an email sent my way asking me why do I consider corrections a career, not a job? And obviously as I interact with people at work, it's one of the questions I ask people just to kind of get their intake and then, you know, maybe later on put something together that I feel has value. And today I had a great dialogue with somebody who I highly respect, who really reminded me that corrections is definitely a career and not a job. And one of the reasons why for them it's a career is because of the opportunities that corrections has to offer. Now, whether you're moving up or moving to the left or right, I mean, part of being in a career does deal with the possibility of advancement, at least some maneuverability. And the person was quick to remind me that, yes, corrections offers all that. You know, it's not just you're remaining in one spot and going through it your 25 or 30 years. No, if you want, there are doors that are open that you can explore. Whether you want to move up within your department or whether you want to go to the left or right within the agency. There's so many different roads that you can explore. And that made me think back to the beginning of my career. At the beginning of my career, I didn't know what corrections had to offer. All I knew is that I was in custody, and my biggest thing was maybe one day, maybe I'll become a lieutenant. That was my goal. That was all I aspired to be. And again, that's because at the beginning of my career, I did not know what corrections had to offer. Now, thank God I'm a quick learner, because as soon as I got into that environment, I started looking to the left and right, and I started really seeing, wow, there's a lot more that's offered here. Like, yeah, being a lieutenant's great, but I didn't know you could do this, or I didn't know you could do that. So the thing is, wow, there's just so many opportunities. Why am I just gonna limit myself just to one road? The key is that there's multiple destinations here. So why am I just going to only focus on one path when there may be other paths that I can take? So with that said, I have a friend of mine who I truly respect, who comes to me after doing about 23 years in corrections and says that they're trapped. And I said, well, why do you feel trapped? And they said, Gange, I keep on trying out for this one position, and I've been trying out for it for the last 15 years, and for some reason that door just does not open for me. And I said, well, again, why do you still feel trapped? He goes, because that one door won't open for me. Yeah, but you're saying one door. So yes, maybe that one door didn't open for you, but there are other doors here. Yeah, but Gange, that's the road I want. That's where I want to be. Yeah, but the problem is then it's not the profession that's trapping you. It's you. You're trapping yourself. Yeah, the one door may be closed, but there's so many other doors. So you may not be able to get this, but because you feel trapped, maybe you should try for other positions, because I wouldn't want to feel trapped at work. So if I felt trapped, I would look for any way out. But you're only looking for specifically that one way out. So I think the meaning behind this discussion is that have multiple destinations during this career. Before you decide to plan a road, see what is offered. And if you feel trapped, ask yourself, is it because I'm only limiting myself to this one option? Because if I'm only limiting myself to the one option, then it's not the profession that's trapping you, it's you. Try looking to the left and right. Try seeing what other avenues you can explore, because two things will happen here. You can explore another avenue, and maybe that can increase your chances into getting into that one position that you wanted. Or you may enjoy that other avenue a little more and try something totally different, because maybe you'll see that something else is being offered. And that was part of the dialogue I had with the individual today that I respected. It was a great dialogue, and the person was so on point. The person was so on point. I want to move up because there's opportunities being presented to me. And yeah, maybe it's not in my original plan, but that door keeps on being shut to me. So I can stay here and feel trapped, or I can take advantage of another opportunity just to alleviate my feeling of being trapped and see where this road takes me. And I think that was just really great advice that was worth sharing. Ask yourself, guys, if you feel trapped in this profession, is it because you're only limiting yourself to one option, or are you trying other options? And to add on to that, are you putting the work and effort needed to be in those positions? And sometimes that requires you traveling out anyway, kind of making those left and right just to broaden up that resume. But again, just great dialogue. Just started with a word, trap. As always, guys, the show's Tear Talk. If you haven't, please subscribe, interact, engage, comment, hit that bell. That bell's going to notify you every time I post a video. All right, guys, stay safe.